Hey nerds, Bushido here to try to convince you to go ahead and purchase the new game Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles. This is a new game that's recently been out for the past few weeks, and I gotta say it's been making a lot of headway. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of excitement. There's a few things that some people could say are some problems, but you know, honestly, the good outweighs the bad, and I'm here to go ahead and try and convince you that today that you should go ahead and at least give it a shot. So first I'm going to start off with how this game's story is so that you guys can feel a little bit caught up if you haven't watched this series. So our story starts off with Tanjiro coming home to find that his entire family has been murdered by demons, and his only last survivor of his family is literally his sister, and he does what any good-hearted anime character protagonist would do: swear and vow to destroy all the demons and change his sister back and help her become a human again. Now, I would like to go ahead and get my fangirl rant out of the way and say that I'm a huge Demon Slayer fan, and I truly love the series. I love the art style, I love all the acting, English and dubbed. I simply love the art style, I love the emotion that this show likes to bring to the table, and it really knows how to pull on my heartstrings. And oh boy, those fight scenes, chef's kiss. Alright, but enough talking about the anime, we're here to talk about the game. And just to go ahead and say, I'll go ahead and be honest, the game is a bit bare bones when it comes to modes and things to do. You have your story mode, you have your versus mode, and you have a training mode. And that's about it. You have a few things to go and collect in the overworld, but the overworld is not that really fun, to be honest. I have to be honest, yeah, I can, fortunately. There is things to find that do make it worthwhile actually exploring this overworld, looking up top from bottom, from money to memory fragments to go ahead and unlock new characters, costumes, and things like that. And on top of finding all of those, you'll also find things that help enhance the story of Demon Slayer along with it as well. Like finding characters, items that give a little bit more backstory on what might have would have happened, and fighting extra demons that you might not have seen in the show as well. All in all, even though there isn't too much to do in the overworld, the game does a really fine job of immersing you within the Demon Slayer universe and making you feel like a demon. Having the combat feel really smooth, even though it's a one-button fighter game, and honestly, having really fun enemies to fight that are very different in each other and make it fun to not simply fight demons over and over again as you walk through a respectably bit of a boring world. Now, I'm going to go back on my bit of a fangirl rant here and say that the little bits of story that they do change in this game to make it its own unique spin is actually really refreshing and really cool. Seeing the contestants of the Demon Slayer entrance exams actually being able to be seen, talked to, heard, and actually experience what they're kind of going through was actually really fun. Seeing Tanjiro speak with characters who have met Inosuke, seeing Zenitsu basically have a panic attack in the middle of the forest, and seeing the quiet butterfly swordsman girl save someone without even basically being touched throughout the entirety of the exam. Little things like that make the world way more interesting, way more fun, and way more investing to get into, because now you can see more of the characters that you may have not gotten to see in the actual anime, and that is always a win in my book. So if you have seen the show and would like to see just a little bit more extra, like a bit of a side story, then this game is definitely worth to go ahead and pick up. So if that hasn't convinced you, I don't know what is. But I know one thing that can convince you, and that is its boss battles. Oh boy, yeah, do I have something to say about its boss battles. Now, if you played a Ninja Storm game before, you definitely know that they are really good at making really cool boss battles for these type of anime games. And seeing how they're the ones behind it, they definitely got home court advantage on making Demon Slayer so badass for a video game. Oh man, I have to say, when these cutscenes are playing, you almost feel like you don't want to press anything because you just want to sit there and watch. But you have to press something because it's a video game and you have to be a part of the action. You don't get to just stand by and be a bypasser anymore. Just watching and not being able to experience it only just through looks. You get to actually get your hands dirty and cut off a demon's head, and it feels awesome. I cannot tell you how awesome it feels watching Tanjiro cut these demons' heads off and knowing that I have to be right there with them, making sure I hit every button correctly so that we can make that kill. And also, just on that side note, the bosses themselves are fun. As you can see here, the bosses are pretty unique. They have their own set of moves and their own combos and own specials that make them different from just a regular cast, but still so fun that, you know, if you scaled them down just a little bit, I wouldn't mind it actually being a fighting game character, to actually be in the game, to be like, hey, you can actually choose the hand demon. Like, why not? I would love it. It would be awesome. This game could totally make it happen. Maybe I'm just over wishing, but who knows? Nonetheless, if this game's fight scenes right here from what you're watching does not convince you to go ahead and just give it a shot, then this scene right here will go ahead and be all the convincing you need. I'm gonna go ahead and just let it play and just let you see how these cutscenes work out. See what I mean? Like I said, the world might not have a lot to do, but it does have a lot to collect and a lot to see, to where you can go ahead and have a cool experience nonetheless with what you do have. The story is definitely fun, and I definitely recommend it if you've never watched the Demon Slayer story in general. So please, if this hasn't convinced you, next part I'm going to talk about is the multiplayer. That versus mode. Yeah, buddy, it's about time. Now I'm just going to go ahead and start this part off of the video by saying that the multiplayer is fantastic. I have been having fun for the past few weeks going ahead trying to rank out of the 1-star rank. I have been having a blast with every character I have been using. I have been having a blast with all of my opponents that I have been having matches with. And the only bad things that I can say about this right now is that the servers are unfortunately a little bit poopy and they kind of disconnect every now and then. But you know, other than that, and I think, yeah, also a bit of lag with button lag. That's about the only bad thing I can honestly say about multiplayer. But other than that, the combos, the battle feels fluid, it feels functional, it feels like it's supposed to work how it's supposed to work. Every character feels unique and fun to play, and I can honestly say that if just playing this game as just a fighting game is all you needed to hear, then to buy this game, then you honestly have heard it from the right place. This game is definitely a solid fighting game and worth the pickup. So I hope I was able to convince you on picking this up today. So please, this game is a total knockout. It's definitely worth your time, and I really hope I was able to convince you to go ahead and pick it up. If you do like the video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell notification up in the top right corner, and I hope to see you guys next time for my next video. This has been Bushido Bunny, first review, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces.